Welcome to another episode of Grab Adventures. So guys, I finally got my e-bike. So the e-bike that I bought, it's actually the Cole Max from Maximal SG. So yeah, I'm upgrading from being a cyclist to a e-bike rider now. So this stock model, which I bought, right, it's actually a 48 volts, 250 watt geared motor with a 12.8 Ah 599 WH battery. You might ask me why I bought a lower capacity battery. Well, basically because the important thing that you have to keep in mind is that I'm actually a part-time food delivery rider. So I only work during the weekends, and basically a working time of 4 to 5 hours. I believe that this battery is sufficient for me. However, they do have the Coolmax Plus, which has a higher capacity battery, which can I believe might fit full-time riders more lah. So according to the read-up material that I got, this model, which is the model PAB 2004, is actually supposed to last up to 90 kilometers on a test road. However, as regular viewers know, Bukit Panjang, one of my two regular delivery areas, it has a lot of slopes. So I will get a more realistic range most likely after using it for a few weeks, and I will update viewers on how this bike goes then. So this is actually the battery with the key ignition lock. So you actually can it's at on, so this is the off position, and then this is the unlock position, so you can remove the battery. So in order to go to the locking of the battery, you need to push it in, turn to the off section, and then when you want to on it, you just simply turn the ignition like that lah. And then this is also I believe it's the charging port, and a bit tight. Wait, let me, yeah. So this is the charging port over here. I will try to do an in-depth video on the battery as well. But some basic information, right, about the battery is that it's this 12.8 Ah battery. The charging time is approximately 6 hours, and of course the charger, everything is certified with the safety mark. Guys and girls, always remember to use only original appropriate batteries certified for use with your particular bike. Over here we have the control panel with the integrated LCD monitor, which gives you all the necessary access and info such as the power, the speed, gear, and the distance traveled. You can actually practically view everything you need to know at a single glance without losing focus while you are traveling on the road. However, this is a LCD display, so you have to keep it reasonably dry, I believe. I have seen attempts by riders, not just on this e-bike, but on a lot of e-bikes which has this type of display, right? Some riders actually try to protect this part by tying a clear plastic bag around it. I wish manufacturers would find a way to waterproof this display, man. I mean, you have things like waterproof phones, so why can't they waterproof this? So there are 3 gears on this model. During my test ride, with other brand e-bikes, right, I discovered having more gears actually does not necessarily mean better control or better energy management. The 3 gears on this seems to be all that I need to ride. So over here we have the stock grips, which are nice and rubbery. Call me a bit old-fashioned, but actually in all honesty, I would have preferred the traditional rounded grips, but that is of course my personal preference. The handlebar, right, can actually be adjusted. you can actually, I'll show you. You actually just need to pop this little, plastic cap off. Use the Allen key to unscrew this, and this part here, right, can actually be raised up to whatever height that you would like to set it at lah. Okay, let me put this back in, and yeah. The stock seat is okay. Actually, I find that this is actually one of the better seats that I've actually seen. It's not really bouncy or springy, but at the same time, it's not really that hard. It is actually, you can see over here, it's a clamp type seat. So I can actually remove the seat easily to access the battery when I need to. The frame, well, it looks like a traditional classic bicycle frame. It actually looks like a single piece. And there is actually a rack which seems to have been welded, as part of the frame. So it's actually perfect for food delivery riders to install a delivery rack and bag. Over here we have the tires, which are 20-inch tires with the width being 1.95. They are not the standard 1.75. It is actually supposed to offer you better stability while I guess riding and turning on wet slippery roads, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, that's what the guy told me. So the rims, right, they are actually spoke rims, and they are not those alloy rims. However, personally speaking, spoke rims are more appropriate for me due to the type of terrain I deliver in, as it is more flexible compared to a alloy rim, which does not absorb as much vibrations that effectively while cycling. Of course, it also costs more. If supposing there is any problems with it, to replace an alloy rim compared to a spoke rim. But one thing I have to admit alloy rims they are really badass, man, in looks wise, and they are much easier to clean. The crank arm on this e-bike, right, is actually stands at 170 compared to the usual 140 to 150. What this means, right, is that the bicycle has ample enough length for riders to sit and pedal efficiently without causing long-term discomfort due to long hours or because of paddling on the road. Okay guys, next let's talk about the brakes. So this bike has two different types of brakes. The front one, right, is actually a disc brake, as you can see, whereas the back portion is actually a clamp brake. So I did ask them what is the reason for the difference in having two different types of brakes on the same model. So basically, right, their explanation was that the clamp brakes at the back makes it easier for a user to adjust or change the brake pads without the need to dismantle the entire thing, as the motor is located there as well. This offers a certain ease of self-repair for users who are unfamiliar with repairing and tuning bikes. Now, I can actually understand that, because actually, personally speaking, I prefer bicycles with clamp brakes, as I have some basic knowledge about them, and I'm able to perform basic tuning and servicing. I have never done so with disc brakes, so I guess now it's time for me to learn. The kickstand. The kickstand, it's quite sturdy and stocky, so it feels quite solid, and it should serve its purpose on most surfaces, I believe. So, just to recap, right, there are actually a lot of things about this bike which I like. The classic design, the wider tires, the single piece of frame with a welded rack. There is, oh yeah, I forgot to mention this. There is also a integrated, front light with a horn as well. So it's actually everything is already there by itself, and there is also a rear light, auto sensing rear light. So when you brake, right, the light actually comes on. So, you know, the integrated front rear lights and horn, and the longer crank arm, and of course the cabling. The cabling is actually waterproof cabling, so it should stand up to, like, you know, minor wet weather. However, I do recommend that I don't like to cycle or deliver in rainy weather, and I do advise e-bike riders, right, not to risk it. So basically, in conclusion, this bike actually ticks off quite a lot of check boxes for me when I was looking around for an e-bike. Basically, I like everything about it. The only thing maybe, but actually that's my personal choice lah, is the brakes. I would have actually preferred the same type of brakes for both the front and the back, but it's no biggie. You know, I'm perfectly happy with this, and I can work around this. So what do I think? Well, it is an affordable e-bike for part-time delivery riders, which I believe it provides value for the money we invest in. Uh, of course, for full-time riders, right, I'm sure that they would prefer to get something with a higher battery capacity, and they can actually take a look at the Colmax Plus, which I feel, you know, is more suited for full-time riders. So basically, this is the base model that I bought, and what I got was everything that you see over here, including one spare battery. So the total price that this entire set is priced at is actually at $1,880. So 1880 is inclusive of the two batteries, because if you were to buy the battery by itself separately, that's going to the battery by itself would be at $450, and if it's the base model, that would be at 1490, I believe, on Shopee, Maximal's Shopee page. So if you were to add both of them and buy them separately, that would come to about 1,900 plus. I will be taking this guy out for a spin in an upcoming video, my first ride, and I will share my thoughts on my first ride with you. So stay tuned, and subscribing to my channel would absolutely power me up. In the meantime, ride safe, be safe, and I wish you good earnings.